Minutes.
It may get bigger, it may get a little bigger, it may not get bigger at all. We'll see what happens. But regardless of what happens, we're totally prepared.
Are you doing okay today?
I'm gonna beat the shit out of you.
Okay.
What up? What up? What up, y'all? It is Tuesday, and it is time for another FOC and Chill. We are here once again. We may or may not get to the books. I'm thinking about this week and the past week since the last time I joined you guys, trying to think what's popping. One interesting thing last night, I was over on Scotty Vaughn's channel, my comic book brothers channel, SVaughn82. He was interviewing comic book writer Jonathan Hedrick, and I thought it was a really great interview. Really good time. Definitely check that out. And check out Hyper Aware, which was a fun one-shot from Source Point that he wrote that I did not know he wrote. So check out my Instagram if you missed that clip. I cut together a little piece of the conversation and give you an idea of the thing as a whole. But that was a good time. Always tomorrow night I will be over at Indie Comics and Reviews with SVaughn82 and mine's comic book dad Lorenzo over at Indie Comics and Review. I'm with him every Wednesday night at 9 o'clock Eastern. We talk about New Comic Book Day, his books that he grabbed, and we also preview the next week of new comic books. So always a good time. I know Wednesdays are packed, but if you're around and looking for something to shoot the shit with, definitely come check us out over there. What else? Oh, SVaughn82 recently hit 1,000 subs. I started way before him. I remember encouraging him, saying, "Hey, man, you got so much passion for this comic book stuff. I really enjoy your posts here in this group. You should really start a channel." And he did, and surpassed me in every way. So that's awesome. But shout out to Scotty Vaughn. He is killing it right now. I know his shorts are really doing well for him, and he's also got the action figure audience that he's pulling in. So he's doing big things. He recently, out of nowhere, Nerdy Girl hit me up and asked me for his address, and I'm like, what? Hold on, let me check with him. And I didn't tell him who it was, but I said, hey, somebody's asking for your address. I think it's cool, but I just wanted to make sure it's cool if I send your address. And apparently she sent him something dope. I don't know what it is. I'm looking forward to seeing it. He's got an unboxing video he's going to be releasing. So again, SVaughn82, look for that. See what she sent him. But that's dope. He's out here making waves. You know, when you start getting AOKs from random places that you're really out here making moves. So I'm happy for my guy, man. It's crazy to think about him just being nervous about starting this channel in the beginning, and then seeing him now. He's really bringing it together, man. It's getting nice and crisp over there. But what's up? Let's see. What do we got here in the chat? We got John Stow. You won something. What was it yesterday? I was like, oh, all right, I'm cool with Stout winning. Oh, it was over at John's Comics and with Kids. Which was that was dope, actually. Let's talk about that. John's Comics with Kids had Tom Garcia and Ryan Sargent, also known as Comic Tom and Fire Guy Ryan. They were on to talk about their new comic book that they co-wrote there called Crashdown, coming out with Whatnot Publishing. Now, I know Whatnot is the evil empire and, whatever, but this will be my first Whatnot book. Actually, I am definitely going to jump in on this one, and I'm interested to see if it's good. I ain't going to BS them. If I think it's garbage, I will say so. It'll be one of those things, but I'm definitely interested in it, and being a part of this comic book culture like we are. There's certain things, you just want a piece of that, and that's definitely something I want a piece of. And Comic Tom, not everybody likes Comic Tom, but he does have 50,000 followers, so regardless of how you feel about him, there's a lot of people that like him, a lot more people than most of us. So I'm down with Comic Tom. I'm interested to see what that is. But Stott won one of the giveaways as they were talking about that new book, and It comes out in July, I think, and there's some dope covers. I know that David Mack cover is really nice, and it's a straight up cover price buy. It's not a incentive exclusive kind of thing. So that's was super dope. I had to have that one. And then there was also a Metroid one that I was like, yeah, let me go ahead and get that one. Here, let me show you what I'm talking about here. That one and that one. So there's this Event Horizon one that I thought was pretty cool. So I had to get that one. My first Whatnot book. I'm joining the evil empire, guys. I know it's the worst. So that one's cool. I really like that one. Here's the Metroid one. I thought was kind of nice too. You know, being a gamer, and Nintendo old school gamer, I thought this one was cool. So I definitely snagged me one of those. Look at that. Tom Garcia, Ryan Sargent, Ben Templesmith. Who would ever thought you'd see that on a book, huh? And then here's that David Mack one I was talking about that I thought was pretty cool too. And that's just a cover. You know, usually he's special exclusive kind of pricing, but no, this is just the regular price. So that's kind of cool. So yeah, I am interested in that. I will be buying it. We'll see what's out there. But all right. That's all I got so far. What do you guys got? I am interested to know. Let's get back to the chat here. We got Dr. Von Hood in the house. What up, my dude? DVH in the hizzy. Definitely check out him. One of the new guys on the scene, really making moves out here and worth giving some of your time. We got C Bizzle, another one of the new guys out here making moves, man. What up, that guy? Good to see you on here. He was recently on with Gary B. So check that guy out. An artist, a longtime artist, longtime collector. So a lot of knowledge there. Definitely check him out. What else we got in here? Some of the homies chatting. What up, Cup of Comics? Good to see you, my dude. We got the link in the chat if anybody is interested in joining. I think, oh no, I did not put it in there yet. Let's do that. Link is in the chat if anybody's interested. Yeah, I thought that Metroid was dope. I'm a sucker. You know, we complain about suckers. You know, how many more times can we homage a Todd McFarlane cover? And, you know, and it is old and it is tired, but at the same time, that shit clearly fucking works. And I know it works because I saw that Metroid one. I was like, yeah, give me that. So, yeah, my name is Marcus, but I am a Mark for sure. What's up, Beckerman? Good to see you, my guy. Thanks for coming through, man. I was just watching you on 4C. You were ignoring me, though. I was trying to piss you off, but you weren't giving me the time of day. I know you were working, though. Y'all over there slinging books. That was a dope artist that you guys had on tonight. I wanted you to buy me a Erica Slaughter sketch. I don't know where you were at on that one, buddy, old pal. So what else is going on this week? Any drama going on? Is Decor gone back to his hating ways? I haven't paid any attention to that guy. I imagine if he did, somebody would have told me about it. People were keeping me posted on that guy back on that. Oh, we got aggressive relaxing in here. What's up, my guy? I have not looked at what you sent me. I have been lazy about comic book story time. I have a video that I need to edit with Lorenzo, actually, and I've been super lazy about it. It's my ADD. Sometimes it takes over. I'm gonna break off of it, and we're gonna get back to working on that. I'm definitely gonna dig in on that. It sounds to me like you've put far more thought into it than most, so I think you're probably gonna do awesome. So looking forward to that. I also need to record another episode with Beckerman. This is entirely on me. Like I said, my motivation ain't been where it should be. What's up, Kyle? Good to see you, my guy. Thanks for coming through. Oh, look at this. I was just talking about you, Scotty Vaughn. What's up, my guy? Good to see you. Makis. Makis. That's better than Circum, which a lot of people like. They like to spell SIR and then CUM. I'm Circum. I'm like, bro, come on, man. Come on. Yeah, usually you're working or something tonight, man. I don't know what's going on. What's different tonight? I usually don't see you around, man. Good to see you, my guy. Great chat. Like I said, I was saying earlier, a great interview with Jonathan Hedrick last night over on your channel. And I thought it went really smooth as well, except for the when I started a fight with him, outside of that, it went pretty smoothly. What else? All right. We're gonna get to the FOC if you guys aren't gonna distract me with conversations about drama or something. We're just gonna talk about the FOC. There it is. I knew you're usually busy on tonight. But thanks for coming in, man. Thanks for jumping in. And one more time, definitely check my guy out. That's my comic book brother, our comic book dad, Lorenzo. Yeah, but you got it done. I was worried that you were not going to figure it out. That was my concern. So when you did figure it out, when you did figure it out, I was happy. I thought we were good. You got there. We took some zigs and some sags, but we got where we needed to be. Yeah, we try not to, Beckerman. As you know, I know you like to come through. Beckerman likes to do two things to me. He likes to first say no one cares about the FOC. No one cares about final order cutoff. But he also likes to complain about it when we don't get to the FOC. And that's really my friendship with Beckerman in a nutshell. Really a perfect encapsulation of what it is to be Beckerman's friend. But yeah, I'm trying to think of some other drama that we could talk about here. I learned the hard way. Yeah, but you're kicking butt, man. You're like you said, you're at 1,000 subs. You're on your way to monetization. We might be, joining up to your channel soon. One of the channels I was sub to, that was monetized, lost their monetization recently. I'm not going to say any names, but I got a notification in my email saying that their monetization had been paused and thus my membership had been paused. And at first I thought it was like something wrong with my payment or something. I was like, wait a second, I got money? What's going on? And come to find out it wasn't me. So that was crazy. Yo, by the way, guys, you wish. He does have a great Bob Kane. We had hopes of that Bob Kane clip I did getting some traction, but it did not. It did not get. It's hard to get traction on Instagram with YouTube clips. I found it really is. People aren't interested in going through all that for some reason. I've been trying to figure out ways because I've had some do well, but overall they don't do well. But I've been trying to figure out the formula on those because I'm always trying to take the best parts of these lives and clip them up and make them digestible quickly for people, and show people, hey, you didn't hang out, but some fun stuff happened. You might have could have hung out. You might have had some fun if you did. You might have laughed at this little thing that happened here. Is usually what I'm trying to do, even just for other people's channels. If I don't know you that well, I don't clip your channel because I don't want to be stealing your content. But really, my whole purpose is to highlight this community and push it out, what people are doing, supporting the things that I want to see more of. And that's what it's about, as someone who's making content, trying to, entertain people, it means a lot when some people support it. It keeps you going. So I try and be that guy for sure. I am not in the realm of someone like, Chop and Drop or Las Cruces, these huge supporters that are, that I don't know how much of a, I don't know if they know how big of a deal it is. How, like when I first started doing videos and you're struggling to get views, struggling to get any kind of recognition, Chop and Drop was one of those first people that came through and was commenting and, saying, hey, I was here. I watched this, man, keep doing it. And it's just a little silly thing, but man, when you're really trying to get started, it means so much. That's why when I see new people with energy trying to do something, I try and support that, man. Say, hey, man, keep it going because you might be the next big thing, like my friend Scotty Vaughn. Hey, what up, Damien? Good to see you. Definitely check out Sleepy Reader as well. He was Comic Book Storytime episode 2 which was a great episode. I really enjoyed that episode, proud of it. So if you have not checked out that episode or any of my comic book story time episodes, highly recommend you guys take a look at that. The next episode will be my comic book dad, Lorenzo. Like I said, I haven't sat down and edited it like I need to, but it's an interesting subject. And that's part of my block to it, is it's an interesting subject that I don't know about. So I have to do some homework to do this correctly. And that's another ADHD block that I've got to get through. It was like, I got to research this, figure it out. I can't just slap it together. What do we got here? DJ's a minute. Yeah, Lynx is definitely one of those guys, because DJ was one of those guys that started off their channel and got love from other people and got that encouragement that helped him push him along. And I've heard him talk about it, and he just pays that back as well. You see that, and you gotta appreciate that love, man. And speaking of DJ Lynx, next Monday, Comic Addicts over on S182. That's what is it, 6:30 Central Time, 7:30 Eastern Time. We'll be talking with DJ Lynx. I know one of the subjects is going to be our top 10 rappers, which I know my number one and my number two easy, but past that, I've got to do some work on that one. But whatever my list is, I'm sure it's going to put their list to shame. It's going to drop bars on whatever list they come up with. Scotty Vaughn's going to come with a bunch of dirty stuff. He's going to come with 8-Ball and MJG. He's going to come with all that Memphis, all that Tennessee heat. Although 8-Ball and MJG might be MJG. I like 8-Ball, but I've always been partial to MJG. There's a chance MJG could be on my list. There's a chance. Probably not, but there's a chance. I do love MJG. No More Glory by MJG's was one of my favorite albums. I remember my grandma, God rest her soul, bought me that album, and I was shocked by it. My white grandma. She went and bought me that album. I was like, whoa, that's super cool of you, Grandma. Thank you. I didn't expect that. So MJG always have a place in my heart for that great album in that moment with my grandma. All right, we're going to share this link one more time. And then if you guys don't get in here and then distract me, I'm just going to talk about the FOC. If that's what you guys want, we'll go to the FOC. I'm kind of running out of bullshit here. What up, Digger Jim? Thanks for coming through. Check out my guy, Digger Jim, out here digging across the lands with his metal detector, finding things here and there. And then also he does comic books from time to time. And he has beautiful freckles, along with his brother, who also has beautiful freckles. So definitely check my guy out. What else we got in here? Yeah, I'm interested to see what I think. I think DJ's obviously he's going to be New York centric. You're going to have Wu-Tang in there for sure. Obviously, you're going to have, Eric B, somebody, all that New York stuff probably. Method, I guess that's still Wu-Tang, but Nas will probably be on his list for sure. All them New York rappers. Big will probably be number one. You know how them East Coast dudes are. They all the same. Oh, that's a super interesting question, Lisa. Oh, that's a super interesting question because I used to love me some Kanye. I used to defend Kanye when it was really hard to defend him. When he would do stupid stuff, I would be like, yeah, but really what he was saying was this. I used to do that all the time. Like when Obama called him a clown or whatever Obama called him when there was that big. I was like, yeah, but come on, Obama, you got to understand. But I can't really defend that dude anymore. It's made things very difficult. And I don't really like his music anymore. But his early stuff is among my favorites. Absolutely. It's among my favorite stuff. Hey, what up, Damien? You're going to distract me from the FOC, man?
For a little bit, I'm going to have to go cook dinner in a while.
I know this is your dinner time. Is Kanye West making your top 10 rappers list?
No, but I don't know if I have a top 10.
Did you have a top 1?
Well, back in 1983, my favorite was Grandmaster Flash.
Yeah, there you go. Bringing it back.
And Melly Mel, the lead
message, right?
Yeah,
know
yeah,
he's
and I saw them in concert, and I thought, "This is great, but it'll be gone in a year."
yeah, you nailed that one, didn't you?
I was
Was it
so
out on?
wrong, but I've enjoyed rap over the years, but I haven't, like
Yeah.
I really liked, who did Fear of a Black Planet? Public Enemy? I was big
Yeah.
on them. I think that
Yeah.
was their one of their albums, Fear of a
Yes,
Black
that was
Planet.
yeah, that was
But
Public Enemy.
I to make a list of people would be hard,
Yeah, I'm gonna
for
have.
me.
I know my number one, number two. I'm not gonna reveal it, but my number one,
Uh-huh.
number two, is super easy. Both Geminis, like myself. My
Okay.
favorite Raptors always seem to be Geminis for some reason, not on
Huh.
purpose, just naturally. I'm like, oh, I love this dude. I love the way he raps. He's one of my favorite. Oh, he's a Gemini. Why are they always Geminis? I don't understand it.
Do you keep up with rap to this day, or did you stop at a certain era?
You know, I hear a bop here and there and I like it, but I tell you, when I was a kid, I was like, man, I'm not gonna be like these old people, you know. I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna get it. And I do not get it at
Yeah.
all. I don't get it. So if I hear a bop, I will add it to my list. But yeah, I don't really bump a lot of new stuff, new people. What about you?
I think around, I don't know, age 32, 33 is when I started fading away from keeping up with music. I still discovered new things I like, but I'm not on the forefront,
Yeah.
and I'm focused more on odder little paths. Like I was always a blues fan, but as I got older, I got more and more of a blues fan. So I'm more focused on that and trying to find more blues, which is hard because most of the super greats of blues are dead,
Yeah.
except for Buddy Guy. But
Spotify is great for
yeah.
that.
And YouTube's a great place for me for finding out about things. So
Spotify's been my best place. Just
uh-huh.
if I hear a song, I'll play the radio for that song and it'll play similar songs. And
Yeah.
I always find new. So that Spotify is the number one way I find new music. And whether or not it's new or old, I have no idea.
It's new to you. Yeah.
Yeah, that's all. But in terms of like, I'm definitely at the point where the halftime show might be an act I've never heard of. Definitely there. Didn't used to be that way.
Yeah. For a lot of times it's someone whose name I've heard, but I don't know their hits or their songs.
Like there's some famous people, like I know they're famous, but I don't really like Travis Scott. Like I know he's famous, but I don't really know. Like I know he's a rapper, but like I never like I don't get why he's famous outside of that. There's lots of people like they're like I am aware of them and they're famous, but I don't really know why they're famous.
And that when your kids hit teenage years, you'll learn something.
Oh God.
It might not be what you're expecting to learn. Like I now know a lot about K-pop. Because of my
That's
daughter.
the new hot. Well, I'll tell you, it's already there. My daughter's 6, and I'm learning a lot about Ed Sheeran.
Yeah.
She loves Ed Sheeran right now. And I am sick of what is the song? Bad Habits. Yeah, Bad Habits. I am so sick of that song. My daughter will not stop asking to play it. And we have the government listening device. So she's always like, Alexa, play Bad Habits. So she can play it whenever she wants.
She's in control already.
Yeah, I'll give it away. Tupac's absolutely number one for me. There's no question. I mean, I love Biggie. Biggie is one of the greats, but for me, long before Biggie came along, I was all about Tupac. Tupac was my favorite rapper since I was a kid, and he remains my favorite. Nobody even comes close to him on my book. So yeah, no question, Tupac's number one.
On a comic book subject, do you ever do Kickstarters?
All the time, my dude. I am actually kind of addicted.
I just got one in yesterday, I guess.
What'd you get? Show it to us.
And it's JMD Matthias's project called the D Multiverse. And
I like the colors on that cover.
He was a big Marvel writer a long time ago. Kraven's Last Hunt is one of his most famous things. He did a great Captain America run. So all through the 80s, D. Matthias was a mainstay of Marvel. And he also did some cool kind of Vertigo stuff. But then he faded away. He went off to animation and stuff. And he's had some comebacks, but it hasn't really stuck. And so now he's kickstarting these ideas. So I paid for the trade, and then I paid for the individual issues too. And when I got them in the mail, it's like, why did I do that? Now I have both. It's the same thing.
Because you're a comic book collector, and that's what we do.
And in the heat of the moment, it's like, oh, I'm going to support Mr. DeMatteis even more with his new project.
Exactly.
But the thing is, I'm trying to have less clutter, and now I have two copies of the same thing. So,
well,
it's like
I'll
get all. There's one more. This was like a bonus. It's not even part. This one is not in the trade. But I should have just got the individual issues. I don't know why I got
no, because here, and I would disagree. And the reason why I would disagree is, number one, it does what you said. You're supporting the comic book creator, allowing more creativity in this space by putting your money into the things that you want to see, number one. And number two, especially if you read it and you like it, now you have the option of giving it away and still having it.
That is a very good point. Yeah.
And that's what always ends up happening with me.
To give away.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good point. I think though, when I'm hearing someone promoting their Kickstarter, I get all excited and I want to support them. And then it's like 6 months later, it comes in the mail, and either I don't quite remember what it was, or I say, why did I spend so much money on this? But anyway, it is a good thing to support people on their Kickstarters.
I never feel that way, and it's never like I track it's one of the things I check. I'm like, all right, let's see what's going on with my Kickstarters. Because I back at least one or two a month,
Oh wow!
And cool. So I track and I get excited about it, and so when it finally comes, I'm pumped. Like one that I'm really excited about now is The Expanse. Have you ever watched or heard of The Expanse?
I've heard of The Expanse. I haven't watched it yet.
Yeah, I think we have. I think we might have talked about it before.
Did it start as a novel? Maybe, I'm not sure.
It is a novel. Yes. Yeah. And apparently the books are way better and way more fleshed out. But I'm only familiar with the TV show, which started on Sci-Fi Channel and then got bought out by Amazon Prime.
Right.
And I love the whole thing. And my favorite thing I used to say this about Firefly, which was Firefly was a look at space, but it really tried to make space realistic and dangerous and scary. And like things break down and things. Whereas like on Star Trek, the doors are perfect,
Right. Yeah, I do. I like that Firefly thing where it's a gritty, real lived in world.
Yeah. And and that was the thing that I really liked about Firefly, is it felt more realistic. And like Firefly feels super fake compared to Expanse.
Oh, cool. I should check it out.
It does, in terms of the realism, in terms of putting you in space with these people and trying to get you to think about what it would really be like. Firefly does not compare to The Expanse. And that is one of the best things about it, is like, it puts you in these situations where you're thinking about space in ways in which you had never thought about it, especially in terms of like, all right, cool. if we do get into space and we have a population of humans that live in space, on the rocks in space, mining space, and they're called belters. And then you have another faction of humans who live on Mars, and they're trying to terraform Mars and make it completely livable without domes and things of that sort. And they're all three different factions. And it's just it shows you various ways in which they would have to do certain things in order to be able to pull that off, in terms of transporting water, how extremely water would be like diamonds in space, right? It would be the most valuable thing around in space. And just thinking about space in terms of that, and then on top of this super realistic world that it presents to you, you have really interesting characters that I'm like super invested in. Like the last season that they had, season 6, I remember one of the scenes where I was like, my heart was pumping. I'm on the edge of the seat. I am super concerned about people on the screen. And I remember stopping and being like, holy crap, I am into this right now. This is crazy how into this, because my heart is pumping. Like this is all really happening.
Wow. Well, you've sold me.
If you like space at all, I cannot recommend it enough. I will say though, that I did not get hooked on it until the 3rd season. For the first 2 seasons, I was like, I'll keep going. It's cool enough. But it wasn't until something happens in the 3rd season and it opens everything up and it changes the whole thing for me. Wow. And that's when it goes season 3 is balls to the walls. Awesome. Season 4 is okay. Season 5 is balls to the wall awesome, and season 6 is balls to the wall awesome. So seasons 3, 5, and 6 are just among the
plow
best.
through so you get to good stuff.
Yeah, you got to watch it all. You're right. You can't skip. You got to because those seasons don't mean as much without the attachment you build in first and second season and things. And if you skip the first 2 seasons, you will miss out on a cool character entirely. So you got to watch the whole thing. But just for me, it doesn't get amazing until 3, 5, and 6, and it's like the best television I've ever watched. Amazing. It's that level.
Wow.
It's up there. Yeah.
So, and then you were saying you kickstarted something related to it?
Yeah. So Boom Studios did a Kickstarter so they, in the last season 6, they've announced and they made a big deal about it being the final season, which is bullshit. There's like so much more we can do here. Right. And so like me and my friends who are fans of this, like we got to have more of this. There's no word on new TV show or a new movie, which is what I would expect as a movie next. But they did. Yeah. But they've released another volume on Boom Studios, and this volume is a direct sequel to the last season.
I see. So kind of like when Buffy did season 8 and season 9 and all that.
So why we get to continue through this comic book. The first issue just came out last week, I think. And so they did a Kickstarter where you can get the hardcovers for it. And Sweet. So I bought all 3 hardcovers, and I cannot wait to get those things in, man. I'm pumped about it. Yeah, but I do it all the time. Like there's Swaggle Haas. Are you familiar with him?
Yeah, but I know him, but
he's a comic book content creator. One of the ones that really blew up on the scene quickly. He actually, one of the funny things about him is that he's got an Emmy just chilling in the background.
Wow.
Of all of his videos because he's an Emmy award-winning producer. But he recently started a Kickstarter called Sanity. And I also backed that one as well. It's like a Lovecraftian kind of story that he wrote. And so that's another one. Cool. And then the last one that I'm waiting on right now is Justin Gray is the writer of Billy the Kid, which you've probably heard me talk about Billy the Kid extensively, but it's a book I love a lot, and he's the writer of it. And just from following through that, I've started to back actually all of his Kickstarters, really. I back all of his Kickstarters. So that's
he used
another
to
one.
Write with Jimmy Palmiotti.
They wrote a lot of
Jonah Hex and some other
Jonah
things.
Hex, exactly. Yeah. So they're good friends.
So he knows what he's doing with Westerns, no doubt.
Yes. And it's a fun Western. And then Barry McLean Jr. on the art on Billy the Kid is just really good. And that's another Kickstarter that's coming up, Billy the Kid from Blue Juice Comics. They're actually, the launch page is up. They have not launched the Kickstarter yet, but the second volume of Billy the Kid is going to start on Kickstarter, and you bet your ass I'm backing that. I'm going to buy a ridiculous tier on that. Like, my wife is going to ask me, what the fuck are you doing?
So Billy the Kid's already out. I guess I have missed you talking about it.
Billy the Kit.
Billy the Kit.
K-I-T is in Tom. It is the first volume came out from Blue Juice Comics. It's about this rabbit who is seeking vengeance against the tornado god, to keep it simple.
Okay.
But it's mature. There's cuss words. It's a very mature book. But the interesting twist about the book is that while you're living in this cuss word and violent world, this Bonnie is a Christian and a devout Christian who is seeking justice for this tornado god that killed his Christian family. And so there's a sort of religious conviction aspect to it that I think makes it interesting, especially as a juxtaposition to the cuss words in the world and the fighting that we're seeing. So I really love it. I think Justin Gray is a great writer, and that's another one I'm looking for. So if that interested you at all, I'm sure that they'll have volume 1 options on the Kickstarter. You might check that one out.
Yeah, I'll check that out.
All right. Let me get this chat one more time on the link. What were you going to say, though?
No, I was just, a lot of what I kickstart is like people's art books and stuff. Like I'm waiting on Liam Sharp is going to put out a set of 3 hardback art books of his art, just a art book of his work. And I like that kind of thing. And that feels exciting.
That's part of the evolution, I think, is you start getting things like that.
Right. And it may be hard to find a publisher to publish 3 volumes of your art, but you may have enough fans who want to support it.
Well, you know, if I have what 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have 16 albums on my wall, and 3 of them are Outkast. So, what do you think, Scotty? Andre 3000 is a Gemini. Big Boy is he's a Gemini, or not a Gemini, Aquarius. I always combine it like they do.
Huh.
But yeah, definitely. Well, you'll see them on the list. Let's catch up on this chat. Oh, we got Phil. Never enough Phils. What up, my guy? Good to see you, dude. We got Durs in the house. Another one of those new channels that is skyrocketing up. So if you have not checked out his channel, definitely go do that and see what he's got going on. We do got to interview Justin Gray. I was thinking about actually asking for when this Kickstarter goes. So and I would be fine doing it on your channel. So yeah, I'll talk to you about that. That would be dope. Hey, your channel's bigger than mine now, you motherfucker. What up, Trev? Good to see you. Hala Chiefs y nada más. Oh, so you're still in the beginning. So the guy in the hat that he's talking about is the character that you would miss if you skipped the first 2 seasons, and he is a good character. I'm not gonna I don't want to give anything away, AR, so I won't say anything. And yes, Billy the Kid is definitely dope. Beltas, you Inaloras. I love. See, I love it. Okay, I don't want to. You guys, I will talk about The Expanse all night. I love it. Like Kamina Drummer. My 2 favorite characters are Kamina Drummer. She is incredibly dope to me. I love her so much. I am all about the Belters. You filthy Inaloras. I'm all about the belt. So the Belters are the lower class people. They live on the rocks in space, and they mine the resources.
The asteroid belt,
yeah. And they're called Belters. They're called Belters as a result. And they're people stuck in the middle between Mars and Earth. So they're really the low socioeconomic class. And one of the interesting things that they make you think about is Belters live in space for so long. In fact, they're born in space, that their bone structure is set up for space. So they can't even go. They can't even come to Earth. Yeah. If they go onto Earth, gravity would just suck them into the ground. They can't even handle gravity, which is another space interesting thing.
That's the problem with our future is space travel is it's going to do crazy things to your body.
And that they're searching. Yeah. And part of me is like, I mean, if we ruin this planet, should we really be allowed to leave it and go ruin another one? I don't know. Thanks for coming through, Durs. Good to see you, my guy. I appreciate you. Oh, and then we got Bleeker. Definitely check out Bleeker, another great channel in this community. He's got the 2 slab or not to slab with the professor that I've been enjoying. And then great live chats over there. Always enjoy the Sunday hangout for sure. It does a lot of things to everything, man, for sure. For sure. Are you buying a lot of books these days, week to week?
Me?
Damien? Yeah.
Not very many. No. I'm going, my New Year's resolution was to end my pull list for a year and try to catch up on all my reading. But I do go to a comic book store maybe every 2 weeks or so to pick up a few books that I'm still following. Like I recently went in to get the last 8 Billion Genies, and then I ended up picking up like 4 or 5 other comics at the same time.
Only 4 or 5? Yeah.
Yeah.
Man,
so I have
to
thousands of comics I need to read. So I'm hoping to maybe read 700 of them this year before I go back to a pull list.
That is so many. I am on my road to that. Like I have actually been working on my list. I have stacks of book over here. And they're my reading list because I'm like, all right, my reading lists are getting a little ridiculous. I need to start putting a little work here to get these down. But what up, Comic Journey? Good to see you, my guy. Oh, look, we get an appearance from Comic Journey. What's up, dude?
Nice. Good evening, gents.
How you doing, sir?
How's everything?
We're doing a lot better now that you're striking back.
Well, I'm trying to strike back, but I keep getting stifled by the googly eyes in the sky. But hey, we'll get there. We'll get there eventually.
Did you draw that skull?
Yes. This is my angry avatar, not my.
It's your new avatar.
No, I use this only when I'm angry.
Oh, I see. You can switch out avatars. I don't even know how to do that.
Are you angry at YouTube? Is that what we're angry about?
Oh my God, I'm at full blown war with the YouTube. They basically have stopped me. I just got a couple more notices from a couple other community members that all my comments are going into their held for reviews.
Wow.
And
Really?
they're actually nice comments. I'm actually giving tips to people like Babe Comics by the Babe Matt. He sent me something like I just gave him a tip on a comic he picked up to check out if it was like a special variant, and they blocked it. Like what the fuck? Like
What did you do, man?
they don't like me. That's the problem because I say the truth, and Google doesn't like the truth.
You're on their list. Wow.
Oh, I'm on the list.
Well, Google is telling me I have to leave because you're here. No, actually, I have to go cook dinner.
All right, thanks for jumping on.
So maybe next week I can stay longer. But
and check out episode 2 with Damien, guys.
I hope you're not leaving because of me.
No.
He said he had to go. This is what he does. He has to go.
I would like to hang out with your journey, but maybe next time, or maybe I'll catch you late at night sometime soon.
I'm sure at some point or another.
Talk to you guys later.
Later, Damien.
Take it easy, man.
All right, tell me about your problems, brother. Tell me about it.
Do you really want to know? Does anybody
we can talk about FOC. It's whatever you guys want to do.
Does anybody even fucking care about the torture I'm going through with Google?
All right, chat. What do you guys say? Do we want to listen to CJ rant about the man? My favorite line, if you're going to say things like YouTube doesn't like me because I tell the truth, then I'm in because that sounds hilarious.
Well, here's the thing. I had no problem with YouTube up until recently. Like they would give me with copyright claims left and right. No problem. You want to give the original content creator the monetization, all that stuff. No problem. That they deserve it. I'm just using clips to suit my purpose in my videos. You want to monetize it? Take it, give it to the original content creator. What happened recently was I started posting those public domain videos of Superman, the original 1942 Fleischer series.
Yeah.
Those are all public domain, which means, and I actually word for word sent it to Google telling them I have the right to use it in any way I want, including commercial purposes. And they didn't like that. They all of a sudden returned a reply and said, we're going to review your channel. And not only that, we're going to flag you for reusable content, that I'm reusing content, which, yeah, I am reusing content because it's public domain. It's been used by millions. And
you said it was Superman? Superman's not public domain.
No, those specific cartoons are. From 1942, the 17 cartoons that were made in 1942 by Fleischer Studios. You remember those dark Superman ones that they based the Dark Knight, the Batman animated series off of? No. As far as the animation style?
No.
Well, they're old school cartoons, and they basically, to make a long story short, the people that made it went belly up. After they created it, they sold out to Paramount, and in the shuffle, they forgot to renew their copyright rights on it. So it went to public domain. Same thing happened to freaking Wizard of Oz and a bunch of other shit that's out there. You know what I'm saying? The Night of the Living Dead is another one that's public domain. People don't know these things, but and that was actually the purpose of what I was doing, to let everyone know. You can watch them and you can use them in your videos anytime because it's public domain. What I didn't know was that YouTube was actually using those cartoons and selling them. Like, you know how you can rent or buy, or you get them for free, but you have to watch the ads? Well, they were using them, and they didn't like the fact that I was giving them away for free.
I mean, that makes sense.
Yeah, but you know what? They could use it, and I could use it too. It's not their exclusive right. It's public domain. So they didn't like the fact that I was actually going to war with them and basically calling them out on it. So as soon as that happened, they put my whole review under my whole channel under review. They basically started that sex magazine. They started to block us my videos. Uh, they, they took away
I
access.
fought the law and the law won. I
No,
fought the law and the
dude, it's
law
not
won.
over yet. I'll tell you something. They think they picked the fight from the wrong guy.
Come on, dude. Like, this is not like voting rights. You don't have a right to YouTube, though.
No, I don't have a. No, listen. They're a private company. They have every right to do whatever the hell they want. All right, no problem. However, you can't turn around and tell me. They could have turned around and gave me a letter. Listen, we're using these public domains. We don't want you using them. That's a fair thing, you know. Instead, they say, "Fuck you. You're reusing content." Well, which content? Point out which content is. Clearly, it's the content that I used from Superman.
There's another channel that recently lost monetization, and it was because they were reposting content without changing it in any way. They were just
Well, that's what they did. They demonetized my channel, but they went further with me as far as the demonetization. Besides demonetizing, they blocked videos from being seen, and I don't have access to be able to post pre-recorded videos. Right now, I can only do live streams until the review process is over.
well, at least they're letting you do lives, right? That's your bread and butter.
Yes and no, because like I like doing the WTF videos. You know, I have a whole bunch of them in queue that I can't use right now.
Well, are you thinking about starting over?
Well, I did create another channel, and here's the other kicker: they won't let me pull off my videos. I can't download them. They won't let me.
Wow. And you don't have them independent of YouTube, obviously?
Not all of them. I got like over freaking 400 videos that I put on. A lot of them I deleted and just kept in the queue in YouTube. So it's a pain in the ass right now. You know, but you know what it is? It didn't matter to me about the monetization, to be quite honest with you, because I was making close to nothing on the channel. Because 3 cents per video added up. How many videos do you have to make to get $100 out of 3 cents per video?
Quite a bit. Hey,
yeah, exactly. And I'm
not
not a volume guy. I'm not the kind of guy that's going to make a video every fucking day or 10 videos every day. It's not me. I'd rather make one long video, a long stream for like 10 hours, and that's it.
Yeah, I mean, that does seem to be your bread and butter is the stream. You need to get these interviews going again. What's up with that? I mean, I guess you're kind of stymied now.
Well, I'm close to getting things scheduled, and as far as that's concerned, and I'm not going to let what's happening with my channel stop me from doing those videos, and I will be like doing them within the next couple of weeks again. But it's a pain. Let's just say that it's a real pain in the ass.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing that we all got to understand is that we are here by the grace of YouTube. If they can at any moment pull the plug on us. That happened to me on Facebook. Actually, is I had a page that I had grown to like 5,000 followers, but I caught the eyes of Facebook and ended up getting deleted the page. I can't even remember what the reason was.
Well, if you want to talk about Facebook, I had close to 50,000 followers on a fan page of mine for real estate on Facebook. Yeah. And, I was basically talking about when we were in lockdowns about the eviction moratorium and the laws for tenants and landlords. They didn't like that. And all of a sudden, they started blocking my videos from being seen from the live stream that they were going on. And they also... I ended up losing I think 15,000 followers because of it.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's the thing about building your platform on.
And that fucked me up because that's business. It's not like this bullshit that we're doing here with the comic books. You know what I'm saying? That was business oriented. That's like how I make my living. and they basically they fucked me good.
Yeah, with Facebook, I know because that was part of the problem with my page is that a lot of time it's just a bot, and they don't. It's not anybody really looking at it. It's just a bot that decided it, and that's that. I
No,
shouldn't
I actually had a back and forth with Facebook. They didn't like anything that had to do with the eviction moratorium and landlord and tenant laws. They said it was like, I forgot the exact words, but just to sum it up, it was triggering people. You had like a bunch of angry tenants and angry landlords just putting a bunch of crazy posts on there. Nothing violent, but they all pissed, putting in their side of the story. People didn't like that. I had one video that I had done through Zoom that I had about, I think, 15 landlords on there with all different stories from all across the country. They blocked the entire video.
Was it disinformation that they said, or what were they saying?
No, they were basically stating their situation with their own personal situation. Like,
no, I'm not saying it was disinformation. I'm saying, is that what Facebook was saying?
No, it is inciting violence or something like that. Yeah, I'm telling you, it's basically it came along the lines like, like they don't like it when you talk about controversial things or polarizing things. Race is one of the things that like
do like
people
it,
off.
actually. They do like it.
Well, not for me, not that time. Don't forget, this was during election times. Everything was a freaking high alert. Everything was like crazy what was happening at that point. They fucking killed my Twitter feed, That
was all after 2016. You know that, right? That was all after the 2016 election.
Pretty much.
They realized that foreign governments were setting up Facebook pages and pitting Americans against each other.
Well, what I was doing was basically putting out the information and letting people, like, for example, there was one guy that he literally got his ass kicked by a tenant, like literally, and they got it on video, and it was like in the news and stuff like that. We were reporting the story and talking about it. They didn't like that. They didn't like the fact that we're talking about like it's okay when like you have a bad landlord and they're like abusive. They want to hear that. They love that, but when it's the opposite, they didn't like that either.
Those dirty liberals, am I right?
Listen, I don't like liberals, and I don't like conservatives either. I don't like politicians.
Yeah, everybody's something, buddy.
I do not like politicians. I think you should take them all, put them in a big freaking pot, and melt them all together, and throw them in the garbage disposal.
I find that to be a super lazy take given by someone who doesn't have to pay attention.
What do you mean, a lazy take?
It's lazy to say if everyone and everything is bad, then nothing matters.
No. What the truth is our system is broken, and anybody that goes into the system, even though that if they're untampered and they go in with good intentions, they get dirty real fast. That's either that or they get knocked out. That's just how it works. If you don't play ball with the rest of if you're not part of that good old boy club, guess what happens? We're going to get rid of you one way or the other. That's just how it works. So the way to be able to clean house is basically literally clean house. And maybe we'll have a good 5 to 10 year run of clean politics and clean government until it gets dirty again. And then you're going to have to do it all over again. That's how it works. Anytime you have a system in place that lasts too long, it gets corrupted.
Yeah. I'm too cynical to talk about these things.
And that's my truth. I like that word, my truth. That's another word that triggers me. Everybody, my truth.
Let's talk about that, because I've heard Mark at Legion of Comics talk about that, and I thought about it a lot, and I was like, there is a valid reason that people say my truth and your truth and that, and I would love to get into it.
Well, I'll tell you something. I'd rather use my opinion as the way to be able to explain myself, because there's only one truth. A truth could be backed by factual data. If there's factual data that could back your truth, then that is the truth. There's only one truth. Now, opinions and variations of the truth, or your own interpretation of the truth, that's a different story, right?
Most truth is an interpretation of truth, though.
Well, no.
Most truth is not a matter of is 2 + 2 = 4. That is
Well,
not most truth is not what that's not.
Well,
what
that's
most
how I'm looking at it from a literal point of view. 2 +
and it's
2
making right and people
equals
who have
4.
a problem and people who have a problem with the people saying my truth live in a fantasy black and white world.
Well, I am a black and white kind of guy. Like I literally, I don't like gray. And there's a lot of gray in this world. So I like everything to be straightforward. It is what it is. Now, you don't like it, understood. You could voice your opinion about it. You could do something about it, but the facts are the facts.
So, and you can say that the facts are the facts, but when someone says my truth, it's an understanding and it's recognizing that most things are not 2 + 2 = 4. Most things are not mathematically logical, perfect, where you can follow a direct line and
Okay.
get to a straight
Well,
answer.
here's the thing. You could take
It's just not.
anything that is actual factual and completely based off of reality, and you could turn it into your truth. I could take 2 + 2 = 4 and say, you know what? It doesn't equal to 4. The only reason it equals to 4 is because man decided it equals to 4.
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense to me.
Well, really,
Well,
does
what
it
I
make
was,
sense? Well, think of it like
but
this. Well, who put a number on any kind of objects?
I'm not interested in that conversation.
It's science. Yeah.
It sounds
Listen,
like a dumb conversation.
it is a dumb conversation, but you have
So
people that
let's skip it then.
you have people that bring dumb truths.
So but that's a matter of opinion. So let me get to the point I'm trying to make here was the reason why people say my truth and your truth and it's not just one truth is because when you're talking about people, when you're talking about interpersonal relationships, there are multiple truths, there are multiple perspectives, there are multiple things to take into account. So if I'm having an imaginary argument with my wife and we're talking about it and I say to her, well, my truth is when you did this, I felt disrespected because you didn't care about this or that or whatever. And her truth is, well, when you didn't do this, I felt this way. And we're both giving our truths to the situations, trying to come together with a common ground understanding of the actual truth, which is a super gray and complicated thing. So you were saying exactly what I said. So I don't really feel like we're disagreeing with each other because you said yourself that you want this world to be black and white and there's a lot of gray in this world and you don't like it. And that you're describing exactly what you sound like. So we're on the same
I don't
page.
think we disagree about a lot of stuff like this. I think we're on the same page when it comes to so it might
I
come
think we're entirely on the same page here.
I think a lot of times what comes out of my mouth might sound in a different way than it comes out of your mouth. And sometimes people end up misinterpreting what I say just because it comes out in a certain way. Just because I talk in a certain way. I'm a little opinionated, whatever the case is. You're a little bit more methodical. You're a little bit more clear and concise with your thoughts. Me, I say it as it comes out, and sometimes it doesn't sound the right way. So we're on the same page as that. But as far as that theoretical argument that you brought up, as far as the argument, well, my truth against your truth on an argument that was in a marital whatever relationship, it's your interpretation. I think that's the correct word. Your interpretation of what happened.
But now you're arguing semantics, right? You're saying, oh,
But
you got to use this word, not that word.
but if you take the dictionary, not the way they manipulate and change the dictionary on a daily basis. If you take
the man.
Yeah, well, we'll think about it like this. Every time something happens, they turn around and change the dictionary definition.
I wish that people like that spoke like that, like the anti-woke people would start just saying the man, the man wants you to believe that she's the he.
Well, I don't really call it the man. I call it Big Brother.
I know. I want you to call it the man. That's what I'm saying. I would.
But why
laugh
does it
my
have to
ass
be a
off.
man? Why does it have to be a man?
because that's what we used to always say back in the day, like the man holding me down. That's what we used to call it. So I just want you guys to call it the same thing. That's
All right, you want me to call the man? I call the man.
The man is holding you down with their penis on women's.
Yeah, I'm just a big brother kind of guy. I'm a George Orwell 1984 kind of guy.
I am too, actually. I am too.
You know, so you could call it what you want. You could call it the man. You could call it the penis dominant figure. You could call it whatever the fuck you want to call it. But the truth is, there is a certain guideline and a certain regulation that's inputted in our society. And anytime you deviate, or anytime you go against the grain, or anytime you question it, guess what happens? You get fucked.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of people who are not victims who think they're victims.
Listen, I'll tell you something. I agree with you 100%. Anytime you have somebody, a situation, especially a combustible situation, you're going to have people that are going to manipulate the situation to benefit them the best way. And they're going to try to stack the odds with them and use the momentum and a lot of times the animosity that's happening towards their favor. That's going to happen every single time, without question. Why? Because we're human beings and we're fucked up creatures. That's basically what it is.
Yeah, I've lost all hope for us personally.
Listen, nothing's changed. You know, you go down thousands and thousands of years. What's really different other than our technology? What's the difference?
Oh, look, Kyle. I miss Kyle. Hey, Kyle, how long were you sitting there, Kyle? I'm sorry if you were sitting there. What's up, my dude? Okay,
Hey,
good.
Kyle, how's it going, man?
Just noticed
How are you?
You doing good?
Yeah. How are you?
I'm freaking fantastic, Kyle.
Damien is the man. Hey, what up, K-pop? I didn't get to say what's up to K-pop. Thanks for coming through, K-pop. Thanks for jumping on, Kyle. Good to see you, my dude. And I think, was there one other person? Nope, I think that's everybody. Oh, Chop. That's right. What's up, Chop? Good to see you, my guy. I was talking about you earlier.
You know, I'm just anti heavy regulation on a lot of stuff. You know what I'm saying? The more power that government has on us, the less we have the ability to be human.
Yeah, I think that's the problem. I don't want everybody being human because human's not cool.
Yeah, but you know what? Part of humanity, it has its good, it has its bad, but humanity also is what sparks innovation. And you keep stifling innovation, you keep stifling people's individuality, then what's going to happen is you're going to have a very stagnant and very non I don't like to use this word, but it's appropriate now, non-progressive type of society.
The operative word doing a lot of work in that sentence is currently. We don't currently burn witches. Wait for it, guys. I do see the evolution.
Well, yeah,
I think the Idiocracy. You ever seen the movie Idiocracy from Mike?
Yes, I have.
Prophetic.
No. And the witch hunt they're happening right now. The witch hunts in different ways.
Oh God!
You don't think so?
No, probably not. No.
Well, you know what? All you have to do is observe. There's different forms of witch hunts happening right now.
You got to open that third eye. Is that what it is?
Well, I'm a very observant person.
I'm an idiot, so school me.
No, it's not about being observed. It's not about being an idiot. It's just about
tell me who's being persecuted. Tell me
who's not being persecuted.
Oh my God.
Yeah, who's not being persecuted?
Oh my God.
All right. The easiest answer to say is everybody that's either black or what they say, colored or whatever the case is. That's the first.
We don't. Colored is not the preferred nomenclature. So.
I said they say. I didn't say I say.
No, is that the man?
There you go. The man. They man. They.
You got to be specific about they. I get confused.
Well, you know what? In this world of pronouns, it's all about confusing you with the pronouns.
You know,
So
the funny thing about pronouns is that, like, I don't want to get into this. Like, this is like the number one culture war that I'm not interested in, and it's the number one culture war that everyone seems to be interested in, and it's the one that I'm the least interested in. And the reason why is that whatever this thing is, which I'm not completely comfortable or aware or educated about whatever is happening, but I can say that whatever is happening is like 1% of the population, but it represents like 75% of our fucking discussion. And it's really starting to trigger me how everybody always wants to talk about one joke. And I am really not interested either way. I'm not interested at all.
well, I agree with you 100%.
It's 1% of the fucking population, and we're always talking about it. Constantly talking about it. It makes up fucking our entire political discourse, and it's 1% of the fucking country, man. I don't fucking care. I don't want to fucking talk about it. I just don't give a fuck. And it's really starting to trigger me, the fact that people constantly want to shove this shit in my face. I don't give a fuck. And the people who complain about it are shoving it in my face far more people than the people pushing it. The people bitching and crying about this 1% are putting it in my face far more than the people who exist in it. And that's a fucking fact. And I'm so fucking triggered by it. I'm sick of it. It's the number one culture war that I don't give a fuck about. And it's the number one culture war that the man is using to manipulate you to hate each other so that you don't actually argue about things that fucking matter in this country.
Well, thank you so much for saying the exact sentence I wanted to say. It's the man. I'll use your word. The man basically having us fight with each other. That's all it is.
It triggers. I'm so tired of people crying about pronouns. The people crying about it make up far more of the discussion than the people existing with it. Far more. And I'm like, shut the fuck up. I don't fucking care. It does not affect your fucking life, and you act like it affects every facet of your fucking life.
Well, you know what the thing is? It affects a lot of parts of our lives. You know, at one point,
people crying about it. In fact,
you would think something as simple and as a release as it's meant to be, like comic books that we're reading, would be outside of those kind of controversies and those kind of
no, because comic books are part of our life. So people who are involved in those things or interested in those things are gonna write about those fucking things. And if you don't like it, then don't buy that fucking comic book. What I don't want to see is for you to be mad that a comic book that you don't like exists, because I don't give a fuck. I don't fucking care. Shit, and there's a ton of things in this world that I don't fucking like. And they continue to exist, and I don't give a fuck that they exist, and I don't give a fuck that you're mad that they exist. I don't fucking care.
I never understood that, actually.
There are so many people that spend so much time talking about the things that they fucking hate, and those people get clicked right the fuck off. I don't give a fuck what you hate. I don't fucking care. I got real problems in my world. I got real shit that I'm scared of. I got real shit that I'm worried about. I got real fucking things. I'm trying to teach my daughter how to read. I'm trying to prepare her for this trash fucking world that we fucking live in. I don't give a fuck about any of that shit, man. And I'm so triggered by it. I'm so triggered by it because every fucking day, not a day goes by that I don't have to listen to some motherfucker crying about pronouns. Not a single day. No, I swear to God, not a fucking single day do I ever see somebody crying and saying, "Hey, it's they." No, I never see that. What I see is you motherfuckers crying about it. That's what I fucking see. Triggered, y'all. I'm triggered. This is the number. Like, I say all the time that I'm sick of these culture wars because these culture wars are a distraction from the massive, monumental, real problems that we have in this country. But we get distracted by these real problems and we get convinced that we actually hate each other instead. And it's the greatest story ever sold right now, and it continues, and it's only going to get worse.
That's the point I was trying to build up to.
We're gonna start killing each other. It's gonna be trash, dude. And and you think I've lost all faith now? Wait till that starts happening.
And what you said about you have one kid, right?
I have two.
Oh, you have two. I got three of my own. That's my primary concern every day. Making sure I put them in the best position to be able to do the best they can moving forward. That's it. You know, prepare them, educate them.
And I'm not going to get there by crying about pronouns. I'm not. It's not gonna help my kid.
I actually find it more comical than anything else. I definitely don't harp on it as much as I like, but I do throw my little jabs at it every time it fits the conversation because
it's the one joke, dude. It's the one joke. That's what they call it. It's the one joke motherfuckers got. And like I'll tell you, like you.
Well, I'll tell you something. I got a lot more jokes than that.
My political leanings would push me to say that I would be completely on board with all of that stuff, but I am as confused by it as many of you are, and I'm like, and I'm trying to understand, you know. So I'm not completely with full education and understanding here, but I also just don't fucking care that much, you know. I'll deal with it when I have to. Until then, I don't, you know, don't give. It's 1% of the population. All right, let's talk about something else besides pronouns. I'm triggered by it, dude. I hate it. I don't want to ever talk about it. It doesn't matter. Again, the only people like, some of you can say that you've encountered it, but most of you have only encountered people crying about it, and that's
well. I'll tell you guys something. If you ever want to poke the bear with Marcus over here, just bring up the word Z and Zay and
Z. I don't get it.
It's one of the pronouns.
I don't even know all this stuff. I don't even know everything, man.
Yeah, unfortunately, how old are your kids?
6 and 3.
Okay, you haven't got to that point. I got two teenagers right now.
Yeah, I'm sure they'll teach me all of it. And that's when I'll probably have to really.
There's a whole fucking pyramid of fucking pronouns you got to learn. Like, I had to go through special training in my real estate courses to learn all the fucking pronouns. Like, come on, dude.
For me, it does seem. I mean, it does seem silly, but at the same time, if someone says that they want to be addressed a certain way, I just don't understand why I give a fuck.
Here's the thing. This is the way I look at it. I'll make it very short and simple, and stupid is stupid simple. I see somebody dressed as a woman that looks like a woman, regardless if they have a dick or not. I will address them she if they want me to address them she. You dress like a man, you look like a man, I will address you he if you like me to. That's it. It's simple. It's simple. Everything in between, I don't know. It's he or she, okay? You want to associate with one or the other and look like one or the other? No problem. Just don't ask me to learn another 26 different things in between. That's the way I look at it.
You make a very good point. They are. Most people, a lot of people aren't going to understand your point, but you make a very good point.
I can't read it. So what does it say?
You have to admit though, what people want us to call them is getting out of hand. Like, hey, call me Chop and Drop or Bleecker Street Comics. That sounds like a business. How am I supposed to keep up? He's making a fantastic point. We turn into we act like we're complete idiots all of a sudden because
that's the point I'm trying to make. You know, it's
because we don't like it, but we could easily just be like, okay, they, you know, whatever, man. What's on FOC this week? We're talking about pronouns. Damien, what do you mean? What's on FOC? What's up, Roscoe? Good to see you, my guy. Oh shit! Hold on, then. Let me get you in here. Shit. You want to talk about? I think Roscoe wants to talk about his pronouns.
All right. He just goes by Roscoe.
Oh, he says he prefers bro. Okay.
He's a Roscoe. That's
I
it.
prefer I prefer IDGAF is what I prefer.
Listen, the way I look at it, everybody that knows me knows my real name. My name is Nick. Okay? You want to call me Nick? Call me Nick. You want to call me Comic Journey? Call me Comic Journey. You want to call me CJ? Call me CJ. I don't give a shit. I'm not going to be offended. Like, what the fuck?
I think Bleeker, you'd have to define undermining what being a woman truly is, what that really means. I don't really know what undermining being a woman is, really. But one place where the people that I largely disagree with would have me as an ally, though, is with men transitioning and competing with women. I'm not a fan.
You're okay with that?
I'm not a fan. I don't understand. And I think, and oftentimes I'm like, maybe I need to be more educated about how it works.
No, you need to de-evolve. You need to get dumber.
But it doesn't make sense to me. And I say one way that I would disagree with people who are up in arms about it is people who are up in arms about it, they act like say I'm a teenage boy and I lose a wrestling match and I decide it's worth it to completely change my entire life and become a woman so that I can win a wrestling match. I don't know how realistic or feasible that is in terms of someone actually doing that. But I do think that I do have a problem with, if a woman wants to transition to a man and compete with men, that makes sense to me because there's not that disadvantage that we all understand. There's a reason why
she's going to be at disadvantage.
Well, that's fine though. That's fine
whether
though.
she transitions or not,
She can
putting
accept
herself in a bad predicament. Now it's her prerogative if she wants to.
Right.
Listen, if a woman wants to get on a football field and actually compete, and she's strong enough, and she's got enough freaking testosterone in her system to be able to compete, you know what? God bless her. She's an attraction
because it's a step up, right?
But to turn around, listen, I'm not a freaking prize fighter. I'm not a freaking MMA champion. But I could assure you of this: if I got myself into shape, and you put me in with an average woman, not like one of these bestial women, but if you put me with an average human being woman, I would probably kick the shit out of most of them. And I'm not a freaking trained athlete. You know what I'm saying? So that's not fair. That's not fair.
I think that's the one thing that you would get a lot of people, because there's factors like if they're pumping estrogen into them and things that I may not understand that might be going on. So that's why you don't see me out here making I don't take real hard positions on these things because I'm still trying to, first I don't care that much, but in terms of what I do care about, I'm still trying to understand before I make real hard positions because I think the difference between me and people who are up in arms about it and completely denying the existence of these people, and I experienced this my entire life as a half black, half white kid, is that if you try and tell certain people your experience, they will deny your fucking experience. And they will tell you that they know your experience better than you know your own. And I have experienced this my entire life where I will explain something traumatic to someone and they will tell me they know my experience better than I am. And it's infuriating. And that's why
everybody knows their own shit, man.
I'm going to be super reluctant to tell someone who says that they are a woman and that they've always felt this way. I'm going to be super reluctant to tell them that I know their experience better than them because of my own experience of motherfuckers telling me they know mine better than.
Well, I'm going to tell you something. I'm not denying anybody saying anything like that. What I'm denying them is if their physiology says that they're a man and they go into a competition with other women, I think there's something really wrong with that. Really fucking wrong with that.
We've established that's the one area where I would be an ally with people I usually vehemently disagree.
And I'll tell you something else. I'll tell you some stuff that nobody talks about. What about all the men that transition into women in order to get special benefits in business?
No, God.
Well, no, it does exist. Nobody talks about it.
Yeah,
But
because
it
it's
does.
probably not a real problem. It's just something that people talk about. That
No.
sounds like entire bullshit to me.
I know somebody specifically that got a woman minority business grant that basically goes around with a freaking wig, not fully transitioned. So
Yeah, I don't give a fuck. Sorry.
I'm just saying it exists. It exists. You know, so
Why do I have 2 TMs here? What the fuck? Oh, I think we're losing one here.
hey, he's coming back.
Never enough Travises, guys.
I think there may be a Roscoe and a Travis simultaneously coming on us.
We got 2 TMs.
There's a TM.
We lost one of them, but we got
That
one
looks
back.
like
What's
TM.
up, Travis? Speak to us. We haven't even said anything yet.
He scared the shit out of me.
Yeah, what's going on, Kyle? What's going on with your friend Travis, Kyle?
I don't know.
Marcus, I think we triggered TM.
No, I'm the only one that's allowed to get triggered around here.
That's
It might be his internet.
Yeah, it's looking pretty shitty, Travis.
I can't hear
welcome to Canadian internet.
Yeah, I don't think Adam Carolla ever said anything the best. But I know you and I, if we get into those realms, I know you and I are going to be very much diametrically opposed, and that's okay. There's a lot of people in this community that I'm friends with, but I can tell that if we talk different subjects, we would hate each other. But this is my escape from that, because I realized that, you know, this part of this whole recreational outrage, I was plugging into my news channel and I was being told and taught and conditioned really to hate my fellow Americans, really. And I just went off. I don't want to hate my fellow Americans. I don't want to ride this roller coaster news cycle anymore, because it's bullshit. It's all bullshit.
How about doing productive shit? How about arguing about what's the better way to do good shit? That's a good way to approach life.
Yeah, I mean, I'm working on seeding my yard right now is what I'm focused on.
That's good stuff.
Yeah, I got to get this grass.
Do you plant vegetables?
No, but we should. I just planted some flowers with my kids today that they got.
Dude, I'm gonna tell you something. You're gonna find no better joy in your life. You gotta say, "Oh, this guy's a fucking moron."
I think I'm gonna agree with you.
You're gonna find no better joy in your life that even if you don't have the room in your yard or in your dirt, get a few pots, throw a few tomato plants in there, some pepper plants in there.
Yeah,
you're gonna enjoy that shit like no tomorrow. You know, you're gonna have nice fresh stuff to eat all the time. You're gonna feel pride that you put it together and how big your freaking tomatoes get every year.
Yeah. And it'd be good for my kids to see that process too. And my wife and I have talked about it because our neighbors have this little wood plot thing that they've done, and we thought about copying them. And I think for me, the number one reason to do it would be to show my kids the process of growth and things. I think there's a lot of value in that.
Take my advice on this. Get yourself a few pots the first year, big pots. Use those. Plant a few things. Get like the feeling of it going for yourself. And if you see that it's something you can keep up with and you like, then make like a little dirt patch or something like that, or like a potted soil ground. Just be able to expand on there. But you know, I'm telling you, easiest stuff: hot peppers, jalapenos, habaneros, stuff like that. Very
tomatoes.
Easy.
I'd love to have tomatoes going.
Tomatoes, you gotta be careful with how you water them and everything to make sure you get them enough nutrients. But peppers, easy to
What
do.
up, Roscoe? What is your pronoun, Roscoe?
Roscoe.
Right here, Roscoe.
He chooses he chooses to identify by my pet
human being. That's what I'm a human being. There we go.
I'll be the judge of that, buddy.
What's up, Rob?
And of course, Rude. You know, Rude.
What
We've
up,
been
Kyle?
through it
What
all.
up, CJ?
Rude and I have already been through it when we're still here, dog. It's all good, my guy. It's all good.
What up, AR? What up, everybody? How's everyone
I-
doing? Everyone doing all right?
I'm,
Talk about
I'm doing
Burnout?
good. You know what? Every time I see you come on screen, you put a fucking smile on my face. You make me want to come and fucking hug you. Like, what the hell? You're just that fucking guy to guy.
Shit. Well, thank you. I appreciate that.
No, you're probably the only one that if you went to HeroCon, I'd actually not forcibly hug.
Well, guess what? You probably will be seeing me at Heroes Con. So,
Oh, are you really going?
yeah. Matt, Comics by the Bay. He's coming here. He's going to be hanging out. We're going to hang out New Comic Book Day or Free Comic Book Day. We're going to hang out and we're going to talk about going there. So I'm excited for that. Oh, who invited this guy?
Let's see if he actually works this time. Testing, Travis.
Oh man, we just did a whole thing on his channel. It's not working.
Yeah,
Oh,
There
you
he is. Hey,
yeah,
what up, Travis?
it was cutting me out. There.
go. I had to be here.
Thank God.
We just went from the cuddliest fucker in the community to one of the scariest looking fuckers in the community.
Yeah, Rude makes a good point here is that, and I've said this in a chat where I got into, what was it? It was Cardboard Crazies. They invited me to, I think Travis, you were in that group, weren't you? They invited me to a group a while back, and then there was a dude in that group that clearly didn't like me, and I ended up leaving the group over him. But one of the things I said to Cardboard Crazies hit me up because he's always trying to make peace. And hit me up, and I was like, "No, you were fine, man. I think, we definitely disagreed, but you were disagreeing just fine." And I think that what Rude says here is just super important. Is that a lot of us just don't know how to disagree anymore, and a lot of us feel like it's not. People feel like it's not okay. Yeah, it's not. Like people. Yeah, if someone disagrees with me, my day is ruined. Whereas, like, I don't give a fuck if my mama disagrees with me. I don't give a shit at
Not
all.
only that, people have the need, the actual need to correct you and tell you of why your disagreement is incorrect and try to force upon their opinion on you.
I used to. Well, it's not forcing. I don't like that verbiage a lot of people use.
No, I didn't say everybody does. There's a lot of people that do that.
I think people making a point, people using words is not forcing. Like I feel like that's just something people say, but it's not ever really true. It's like he said
Marcus, there's probably some people that I think they're relentless, dude. There's some people that are relentless. They will not fucking stop until yes. You say yes, I agree with you. You know how many times I nod and say, okay, whatever you say, to somebody just to get them to shut up? It happens every day, all day. Like, you get people that just will not stop until they make their point resonate with you somehow, and you somehow submit to them.
I guess that's not been my experience. I don't care though, so I never get into arguments because you have to first care to even get there, right? I say one thing, you say. I was just saying, I say one thing, you say the other thing. Okay, you disagree. Okay,
that's it.
I'm the kind of guy that we could get all freaking lit up with each other, like literally lit up with each other about something that we like both are like really animate about, and then after we're done, I could have a freaking beer with you and just go hang out.
See, I'm not like that. Like, for me, it's like the arguments you make matter, man. And so often I'm disappointed by people's arguments. So often. And it really changes how I think about you. So it's not that simple for me. That's why I don't want to engage, is because I don't want to be disappointed by people. Truly.
Listen, getting disappointed with somebody or losing respect for somebody because of the way they think.
Yeah, I lose a lot of respect. Facts. I lose respect.
That happens. That's gonna happen. So if you got really polarizing, crazy things going on in your head and you're vocalizing on somebody else, yeah, you know what? You're gonna have the risk of having some people not respect you anymore, and that's okay.
But the problem with that is that I feel like a lot of that stuff is mainstream now. And so it used to be like that stuff would be universally understood to be fringe and it would be disrespected as such. But now it's mainstream and you're supposed to respect it because it's mainstream, but I don't respect it at all. And so I can't interact with people because I don't have any respect at all. And so it's best for me not to engage because inevitably, if we do engage, the utter lack of disrespect that I feel for you is going to come out in my language, and I won't be able to hide it. And that's why I have to. You guys say that's why you hear me saying all the time, I don't care, because it's got to be that way because I care too fucking much. What up,
Bro?
dude? What up, my guy?
First of all, let me say what a goddamn pleasure it is to finally catch one of your streams, bro.
Good to see you, man. Thanks for jumping on.
And you mean you got my boy Roscoe. Roscoe, how long has it been, bro? God damn it.
It's been a minute, man.
Since the big breakup, huh?
I remember one time we were on Lorenzo's feed and you came on the chat and I said what's up, and then Circum's like, Roscoe and fucking Rude were the funniest motherfuckers. Bro, let me tell you something, bro. Dude, in between arguments and all these differences and thoughts, bro, shit's broken, bro. Shit's broken. But I'm not gonna focus on that. I mean, there's so many disagreements, bro, but we gotta forget that this is our country. We live in this country. Our kids live in this country.
Dude, it's
we all are gonna disagree. We're all
Yeah,
gonna disagree, bro, big time. But we can't forget that we're all in the same motherfucking boat. We can't be killing each other, you know, because we are gonna go like beyond, you know, disagreements. But isn't that what makes this shit beautiful, bro? What this country.
Ozymandias was right. Like when the first time I read Watchmen, I didn't really like it, honestly, and it was the same thing with George Orwell's 1984. The first time I read it, I didn't like it, is because I didn't understand. But the second time I read The Watchmen, I loved it because I understood. And the thing that I understood the most, and the thing that is absolutely correct, is that this is only going to get worse until somebody drops a huge giant squid on New York and makes us all understand that we're on the same team.
Right, yeah.
And we're fucked until then. Straight up, we're fucked until then.
It's looking ugly, bro. Like, you know.
Yeah, it's only going to get worse.
Squid hasn't been dropped already.
I'm ready, man. I need.
How do you know it hasn't been dropped already, and we just don't realize it?
Well, because the point of the squid is for everyone to realize. So that's how I know. Like when everyone realizes that, in fact, that your neighbor that has that sign up, that your neighbor that has that MAGA sign up that you're pissed about and you hate them so much, if we get bombed by X country, we're both getting bombed together, guys. And that sign, that MAGA sign that you hate will cease to fucking matter.
Oh my God.
Sure. Bless you.
Thank you, bro. Fucking my allergies are kicking in, bro. Like fuck, like it's like the first.
Oh my God, what the fuck is with the allergies this year, man? They're fucking ridiculous.
No, bro.
You guys got the same problems in
Damn.
Hey, I'm drinking the same thing as you, bro.
Rude, you're in Jersey, man. You probably have it just as bad.
Hello, baby. Especial.
Hold on.
I got kind of addicted to these Modelo's, man. I don't know what happened, but I started buying them, and I drink like a couple every night now.
I like Modelo dark.
I don't like dark beers. I'm a pussy.
It's not real dark. It's just a little bit darker than a regular beer.
The Negra is bomb, bro, because it's not like, so I got on a like dark face with beers, right? But some of them be too bitter and have too much alcohol. So then you can't enjoy like 2-3 because now you're fucking super alcohol. But the Negra is like, it's dark, it's cold, but it's not too strong. God damn it, bro. Why the fuck? I think my body's too excited to be in here that like so like it's reacting to it, bro. Let's go. Because this is a good conversation, bro. This is like where the world balances itself, bro. Because like, you know, like the community, think about it. We used to not worry about this shit. We were worrying about books, but it got to us, bro. It finally got to us. This was our escape. This was my escape. Marcus, you're always talking about this being your escape. But it got to us, bro. It got to us. It finally came. And now we're fucking facing each other and talking about it. Some people go to war for this shit, bro. We can't. We cannot. We cannot. We cannot, bro.
That's what my whole. Go ahead, Roscoe.
No, I was gonna say it's we're all in a like-minded. Or it's we're all it's the same hobby almost. You know, like we're all in it for the same thing. Now, it's the same thing with food. I mean, to be honest with you, you know what I mean. I may not like I don't like eggs. People flip out and they're like, "What? You don't like eggs? What the is wrong with you?" You know, right? And it's
Yeah,
like,
what
okay,
the
cool.
fuck
You
is
know, right?
wrong with you?
Yeah, but then all of a sudden, then I say I don't, I like something is killing the children, and then you ask my man Rude here, then you ask my man Rude over here. You know what I mean? Ask Biggie Shack. Those are people that are going to tell you, get the fuck out of my face. I don't want that. You
Yeah,
know.
they're
So the thing
losers, is
is,
what you meant to say.
no, see, but there you see. So there you go.
I'm
But
kidding.
Well, I would
see,
never
now,
see like
you
so like
attacked me
some people.
because I didn't like eggs, but then as soon as I said something's killing the children, you
Yeah,
just
I'm
spun
an
that right
asshole.
back around.
Yeah, I'm an
So,
asshole. Yeah.
but
Well,
that's what
because
I'm
like
saying,
it's
though. I
so
mean,
easy. It's so easy
it
to get caught.
we all
Sorry,
like
bro.
different things, but the same thing is that it's still in the same realm. You know what I mean? It's still that same realm. It's still a hobby. We're still all here for the same thing. We all came together for the same thing here. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
it's
So
it's a matter of
I don't
what
know.
you focus on. I think,
Yeah,
and I've
it's
said it
true.
many
That is
times
true.
before, there are entities in this world who gain, who benefit from Americans looking not outside but at each other and looking and saying that is my problem, is not this issue, not this, but that guy across the street with that MAGA sign, that's my problem in this world. And they benefit from continually telling us that. They get us to engage with each other. They farm our eyeballs, they farm our engagement, they farm advertising on our rage. And I was playing this game for a long time, and I realize now that I was, first of all, a cog in this machine, and second of all, that this machine is going to explode. And I think it might be, I'm afraid it's this year. We'll see. But this machine is
Stop
going to
it, dog.
explode.
No, it
I'm staying
cannot. It
home, dog.
cannot. It
I'm
cannot.
staying
It
home,
cannot.
man.
It
I'm
cannot explode,
scared.
bro.
I've been scared for about 6, 7 years now, though. So we'll see.
Well,
But
there's not a way to
You
I'm
know,
go
let me
about
tell you
living
something,
I'm
in
bro.
this
super
country,
Like,
man.
cynical.
there's
I'm super
places, bro.
cynical.
There's places, bro, in the world where the populace has no choice. They have no choice. They have no voice. They have nothing. We still live in a country. You know, that's why we're so focused on like total chaos, total war, total everything. But we forget that we can actually change it, and not by going to war. Just literally by what is fucking Phil? Phil, why are you sounding like me on the fucking comments, bro? It's because
I like my boobs.
I like your boobs too, Phil.
oh wait, never mind. Okay.
No, we love your boobs.
Anyway, guys, I mean, dude, like, you know, this, I don't know, bro. I don't know. This country's spoiled
Well,
by
everybody
far.
love each other, right? I'm all for the
Nah,
ELE,
multiracial.
ELE, ELE.
You,
Everyone loves
you,
it.
really.
you know what the problem is? A lot of people in this country, actually a good portion of this country, is kind of like what you touched on before. They don't realize in other countries how it really works. They really don't. Like for me, um, I traveled a lot, but I also have my roots back in Greece, and that's a system that's completely fucked up over there. Like the whole economy's collapsed. Like there's very dark days economically in the future over there, and people don't realize through stupidity, through different things, through like arguing, because like Greece was one of these places where we were constantly in civil war or wars with other people. That you have a very dark future in the going forward. You know, it's great to have the winner and the loser, but at the end of the day, everybody's a loser, and that's the route we're going in this country right now. As far as yeah, sooner or later, the ones with the loudest voices and the biggest guns and the biggest artillery are going to win. But at the end, everybody's going to lose, including them.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, the whole planet's going to shit anyway.
You know, everybody's worried about the nuclear disaster thing. I'm a believer that I don't believe in that because everybody's got a freaking nuke now. You know, so what we're gonna do, unless you get one of these complete maniacs that decides they're gonna sacrifice the entire world, you're not gonna see somebody pull that trigger first.
Yeah, I don't think it'll be nuclear weapons. I think it'll be a virus.
Well, that is very possible. We already got hit with one.
And whatever
Yeah, but
whatever it is, guys, you can't forget this. And this is my opinion, and my opinion only. Whatever hits the world, it's not going to affect them. It's going to affect us down here where we're fighting and loving to raise a family and fighting to survive. And we're the ones that are going to suffer, not those fuckers, not the fucker pushing the button. It's going to be
Well,
us,
short
my
term, you're
brothers.
right.
there'll be a
Short,
scale of suffering, and they'll suffer less. They'll probably still suffer, but they'll suffer
that's what I was
less.
about to say. Yeah, there's all types of suffering, and short term, yeah, you're right. They're gonna have the least effects compared to everybody. As long term, though, listen, even people that are power hungry and want to be on top, they need minions and they need
Then
drones.
again, it's like you said, exactly. That's what I was trying to get at. Um, at the end of the day, they still want to have fun. They still need minions. They still gonna keep going.
Mm.
It doesn't benefit them to get rid of everybody. You know,
Yeah, third Chop says here, I fear bioweapons more than a nuke. I'm with him. I think that the movie 13 Monkeys, you guys seen that with Bruce Willis
yeah,
and
years ago.
Brad
It's an
Pitt?
old movie.
Great movie though, and I think it might. And I saw that movie, and I was like, yeah, that might be the end of the world right there. And after the pandemic, I believe even more so that it could be, because I thought about it the entire time during the pandemic. I remember before the pandemic came to us, I remember watching China building massive hospitals rapidly and being like, oh, this is going to be bad. And at that time, I remember just wondering if it was going to be like the bubonic plague level bad, and we got, you know, COVID was bad, but it wasn't as bad as it could have been. It really could have wiped populations out,
It's because of
and it didn't.
technology.
But no, not because of technology, because it killed a lot of people, but it wasn't as deadly as, like, say, the bubonic plague. But if we get something like that and it spreads the way that COVID spread, and I see how stupid this world is, yeah, man, 12 Monkeys predicted the end of the
Well,
world.
we had
Y'all be
somebody a few years ago
screwed.
that came out that was really, really fucked up. They were able to quarantine it enough and hold it back. Ebola. Ebola is one of those fucking diseases that
Yes, it is. Yeah, I
you
remember
don't
some
want you don't
Americans
want to get
died.
fucking Ebola.
I remember some Americans died during Obama presidency. Like two or three people died, and it was a big fucking deal too. And then 100,000 people died from COVID, and everybody's like, "Oh, well, big deal, yeah."
Bro, you guys want to hear something crazy about what you guys saying? So, when I started paying attention to the news and I started paying attention to all that, I was living in a small town away from from the city, right? I was in a rural town, and I remember it was when the swine flu happened. I think this was
Yeah,
the transition between Bush and Obama, right? And I remember
yeah,
listening to
you're right.
CNN, and like I'm not about news. I don't care. Like I don't think I'm talking good or bad about nobody. I'm not that guy. But anyway, I just remember listening to the news. I shouldn't even say the name. And then they were like, "Oh, the swine flu's hitting records." Da, 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 da. And at the end of the swine flu, the news were saying, "Oh, it wasn't that bad." It was like, and I was like thinking like, because they were saying, "Oh, some people are overthinking," or and I was like, "Bro, you guys are the ones that scared us first." But anyway, that's when I
No,
started
I
paying
always
attention.
honestly, I never cared about. I was a news junkie, and I didn't care about the bird flu. I
Well,
didn't
no,
care
but
about the
listen to me though.
swine
I was
flu.
like, I don't know, 17, 16. That's when I started being interested. That's when I started listening to the news. So I remember one of my teachers back in high school always told me, when you hear news, listen to different perspectives. So I've always been, that kind of can lead you to confusion, but this is probably like who I am, right? I'm not ever like one party, one color, one nothing. I've always opened, maybe I'm like a fucking, bisexual, transsexual when it comes to like everything, right? I want to
Look at
see everything,
Travis.
right?
You're
So anyway,
transgender.
it was so crazy. Like it was my introduction to the news, right? So of course you hear mainstream news, you hear conspiracy news, the YouTube, all that shit. Like that's when RT and Al Jazeera were like monitoring like the war in Egypt, all this shit, right? So it's crazy. But when I was listening to this, nobody was listening to news. Everybody was still like enjoying life. I listened here in the country, right? But it wasn't until recently where people started being real like crazy about aliens, real crazy about politics, but a crazy to where like, no motherfucker, I'm right, you're wrong. Like before when you disagree, you'd be at a family party like, nah, but now it's like, nah, fuck you. I'm not talking to you now, motherfucker. Anyway,
Wait, what
you
kind of
drinking,
aliens
bro?
are you talking about? The ones that come from outer space, or the ones that come from over the border?
Both? No, the ones that come out of the space, bro. The ones that come out of space, bro.
No, because they both have different arguments that happen.
Travis is killing me, dude. What the fuck? He's joined like 6 times, and then he just leaves. Then
I
he
know,
comes
bro.
back.
He leaves every time I speak, bro. He's like, I don't want to.
And then
I
comes
don't
back.
get.
face
We
with
just
this
did
guy's
a.
words.
He just got a new setup, and we just did a live like right before we came over here, and it was fine. He was, dude. I don't understand how it's not working now.
Wait, you were live tonight, Roscoe?
He was doing a test. It was just he was just testing it out. His new computer and stuff. It was on his channel, not mine.
I didn't see it.
I was live on Monday night. Did you see that I drew a My Pet Roscoe?
Actually, I'm about halfway through on that. I'm watching on a replay.
Oh, that was a lot of fun with Ignacio. I love that
Yeah,
guy,
that was
man.
good. Man,
you started
Iggy's
a little
drawing
later,
was
too,
sick.
right?
Oh, I know.
You started a little later than usual yesterday.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Travis had a work thing, and then he had an issue with his computer. So
I
I thought it was because of storms.
last night, so I wasn't hanging out on the YouTube.
oh,
I
Kyle,
thought you were having issues with storms.
I
Oh,
did.
later,
I
Kyle.
actually was. I was having horrible. I had like. Bye, Kyle.
Thanks for
Sorry,
jumping
brother.
on.
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks
Like,
for
it
jumping
was
on,
real.
Kyle.
I
Kyle's
fucking
like,
hope out of all the
Kyle's like,
conspiracies,
no,
bro.
no,
I hope
shut
that
up.
the
I wanted
aliens
to.
are the real. Like, that would have been crazy.
Yeah,
Sorry.
you have to accept the possibility of aliens when the Air Force is like, yeah, we saw that thing. We don't know
Dude,
what
that
it
blew
is.
my mind. See, that's what I mean, bro. Like before, it used to be like you hear about this shit, but right now at this time, it's getting real, dog. Like, god damn it, the fucking Air Force just said this. Like, what the fuck, bro?
Yeah, it's got me thinking about all kinds of things recently, really. Just the opening up the possibility of aliens. And then once you open up that possibility, you start opening up the question of, well, what the fuck is all this? And once you start asking that question, you say, is this a simulation? Are we, I've been really asking a
what if-
bunch of
You
existential
want to
questions.
get even more cynical?
What if one of us?
I get even more cynical. How about them releasing this information purposely to add more fear?
Hey, hold on, bro. What if one of us right now, one of us was the actual AI? It wasn't like us. One of us, like I think it's Roscoe, bro. He's like the teddy bear, like the hug me, motherfucker. He might be an AI, bro, or TM, bro. Look at TM.
Listen, I really don't want you. I really don't want you blowing up my spot. Okay.
Yeah,
It's
sorry,
you,
Kyle.
bro. Why are you showing your face, bro? It's you. Your face is not the fucking pixels are not connecting, huh?
Sorry, Kyle.
No, it's because I'm
Yeah.
walking around right now. I'm not in one place. I'm on my cell phone.
Let's see if Travis can talk. Travis, what's up? You have said nothing. You just joined and left and joined and left. What do you got for us? Nothing. All right, good chat.
Nada.
Excellent.
We got any other subjects here? What's up? What else we got?
I could give you subject for days. Depends on how crazy you want to get.
Travis, I'm not letting you back in, you motherfucker. I don't know what the hell's going on. Yeah, Mr. Roboto here. Yeah, I mean, there has to be, right? But it's just like, don't get me like thinking about space really blows my mind. Just the vastness of it, the fact that it's expanding, the fact that the stars that you're seeing, the light that you're the light that you're seeing is from. the light that you're seeing is from a star, and it's a million. The light you see is a million years old. The light, because it's from a star. I mean, like it's hard for me to fathom those kinds of things, and it blows my mind, man. Just to think about the vastness of space and black holes, and like that's one of the great things about The Expanse is it really makes you think about just how terrifying space is. Like, just you think about. Like I remember when I went on a cruise once, and you get on a boat, and you get to the point in the ocean where you can't see any land, and you look down in that water, and that water is among the scariest things that you've ever seen. Just thinking about that water, and then space being times 1,000 more
every
scary
time
than
that I take the family to like the beach, bro, to like the bay, because we're out here on the west, I have nightmares, bro, of the waves, bro. Like, dude, the water terrifies the shit out of me.
Yeah, it ain't
And
no
space
joke.
is even worse, bro. Like when you see like when I see like the Guardians of the Galaxy or anybody in space in the ship, like I was like, when do you guys get to go home, bro? Like that terrifies me, bro. Like, it's, you know what I mean? I agree, dog. And I agree, like I'm aliens, bro. Like,
Hey, the best weeks, Lisa. We don't even get to the AFOC. Nobody actually cares about FOC.
so you haven't got to the FOC yet, bro? Because like, when I got on YouTube, it said you were on for an hour, and I was like,
no.
oh shit.
Yeah, I saw him do
not
FOC, and I
we're
decided
not
to
gonna
come
get
on and kill the conversation. I hate FOC, so I figured let's change the subject.
That's the way it works. If people get on and they change the subject, we will not ever talk about it. You know, you can go look at it yourself. I'll look at it tomorrow and get my books that way. But yeah, it's always more fun when we just shoot the shit, man.
It's not like it used to be. The FOC is not like it used to be, my bros. I mean, that's the only thing that I mean, COVID kind of did us a favor, right? I would have met you guys because of that. But goddamn, the comments were dope at that time.
You know what killed FOC with me? When everybody and their mother started doing it and freaking telling you got to get this or you're going to freaking die because you're going to lose the next great thing.
Nobody fucking talks like that, dude. Nobody talks like
nobody talks like that.
Who talks like that? Name names. Who talks like that? Besides me.
Run on Tuesdays, Mondays, Tuesdays, and Wednesdays and go on all the freaking channels that are doing new comic books and tell you about this, the latest and greatest fucking shit that's out there. And if you don't get it, you're a loser. You know?
Nobody talks like that. That's the part where you lose me. It's like when people say, if you don't get it, you suck. Nobody talks like that.
No, because they want you to come back to their channel. They're going to say you suck in a nice way.
Okay, so I win. Nobody talks like that. I win.
You know? So that's why I got sick of FOC. I'd rather listen to Marcus.
Well, you'd rather listen to me talk about FOC? All right, let's do it.
No, I like you to talk about all kinds of shit. I'd rather you talk about that instead of just fucking new comic book. Who cares? You can look at the previews.
I care. I love it. But I also love talking about bullshit too, though. So.
Tell us about what was your favorite book that you read last week? That's a better thing. Why?
Wait, hold on. You're onto something, Journey. You're onto something, bro. And I'm gonna tell you why. Because
you're echoing,
you know,
or somebody's echoing.
Is it me? Let me mute.
Check.
It is me. Is it me?
It stopped now, it sounds like.
Okay. So what I'm saying is, like, we're the new comics, bro. This is like the comic books, right? Because like the comics of today have gone so boring, bro.
No, there's
not all of them.
There's good comics.
No, they're not
all
boring.
of them. So we're the new guys. So because we're the product. We're the product. All of us right here. We all like comics, right? That's our common ground, right? We all love comics, right?
I think so.
So this is like the comic. This is like a comic, you know, because like I go on YouTube, like you say, instead of listening to some dumbass trying to sell me on some dumbass shit, I'd rather listen to Marcus rant. I'd rather listen to Journey rant on the real shit, bro. I'd rather listen to Bleeker rant than listening to some dumbass. I mean, no. See, sometimes we get cut out talking shit. We need to stop that because the person got the other end. You know, but anyway, let's do the FOC.
No, we're not even gonna do it. When we're done, we're cutting it off, which probably in 6 minutes here we're gonna cut this one off. So actually, let's go ahead and do the The shot. Have you been on Spine Ticks lately, Rude? What's going on with Spine Ticks? What's up with you?
Not in a minute, bro. It's Saturdays, bro. Saturdays, I'm fucking. I'm so busy, bro. I just joined the band. I'm gonna be playing keyboards.
Really?
Yeah, bro.
Are you bullshitting me?
No, no joke, no joke.
You already knew how to play?
Yeah, I've been playing music for a while, bro.
I didn't know that about you.
But
No shit.
I got married, I got kids, and that's why I'm not on Spine Ticks, bro. Because it's so hard, bro. Like Saturdays is like,
Yeah, no, I trust me. I know.
Dates with the wife, it was tough for me. I couldn't do it no more, bro. And and to be on there, you gotta be on there, dog. So
yeah,
and I sidetracked from the community for many fucking reasons, but like now that like I'm doing my regular life, I'm caught up, everything's going. I'm like, damn, I miss my motherfucking homies online, bro.
Yeah,
I miss those times. So that's why I'm back. That's why you see me back, bro. Because like people that I vibe with, I don't know you guys personally to even fucking say I like you or not, But the times we vibe online, bro, those times will never be forgotten, dog. I see you, Bleeker. I see you, Phil, dog. Like, like, dude, like it's forever, dog. Whatever.
Dude, I hang out with y'all a lot. I hang out with y'all a lot.
Journey, I just met you too, dog, and you're like, I like you, dog. Like, whatever. We having fun. So
Journey's
I'm joining a band.
Journey's okay.
I'm joining a band. I see you guys disagree, dude. Journey is really good at disagreeing, bro. Like, I don't think Journey finds me
really
intelligent enough to get in a disagreement with me. Yeah, but like
he's good at being wrong, and he's good at being a saboteur, sabotaging people. That's what he's good at.
Listen, I don't disagree unless there's a reason to disagree.
Yeah, that's what my focus is. Like I said, I say all the time that I don't care, and sometimes I kind of care, and I'm willing myself into not caring. But it's just a matter of picking and choosing the battles in this life that I have left, and I can't pick every fucking battle anymore like I used to.
You know how much bullshit I listen to that I just let go in one ear and out the other, and I don't even pay attention to. If I would give myself a heart attack if I sat there and argued about everything.
Yeah, it's just I don't have the energy. I don't have the give a fuck anymore. I used to, but I just don't anymore. And that's a function of what I said before. Just being a dad and having a house and having a lawn that I want to seed. I just got I got things that I'm thinking about, and I'm not thinking about arguments with people on the internet like I used to. I don't. And like even with my own friends,
fun, bro. Like I've been a troll on the internet, dog. Fuck me, sideways, dog. Like it's fun.
I'm still a troll. I'm still
nobody.
a troll.
I don't blame nobody for getting in the argument because it's fun, dog. But I came to learn that on the other side, there might be a person that's not that strong-minded. So I try to be careful, dog. I try because it's hard for me. I got a big mouth. I start drinking. I start just blah blah blah. But the other side could be, I don't know, dog. It's crazy, Nobody should be gentle. I like hanging out with motherfuckers that are gonna tell me what's up. Like, hey, motherfucker, you fucking up. I like hanging out with those. Not a hater. Not a hater.
No, I hear you. Honest people who are
giving
to you straight, who aren't going to sugarcoat it. Because I like those people too, because I can trust them to tell me what's going on.
But some motherfuckers,
there's other people who like it could be trash, and they'll say, "Oh, good job," because they're worried about your feelings. They're not worried about telling you the truth.
Or they see you crash. They see you that you're gonna crash, and they're like,
"Yeah, fuck my feelings, dude. Tell me the truth. That's what I need." And that's the people that I put around me for sure. All right, what's up, Comic Journey? What you got going on besides getting canceled?
Well, I'm in the endless. I'm fighting a good fight right now with the googly eyes. Everybody knows that, and I'll stream here and there. And I'm surprised actually, Ruth didn't actually bring up that he actually offered to be live entertainment on some of my streams.
I'm down, bro.
Stripping entertainment? What are we talking about? Oh, you're gonna do your band.
Live music, and we're gonna turn this into.
Oh, that would be dope as hell. Hell yeah.
We're gonna turn this shit into the real live Johnny Carson shit, man. The comic community.
I like
I'm still down, bro. I'm still down.
That sounds
it's gotta
cool,
be planned, but I'm still down because you know why? Because I like to take my hobbies a little serious, but it's a little more serious. It's not like, oh, I'm gonna make it. No. But like invitations like this, bro, where you want to do something like that, fuck yeah, let's go.
Yeah, feel alive, baby. That's right, feel alive.
Yeah, we're gonna have we're gonna have Insomnia Comic Book Theater and the Real Rude band in there.
Do you guys have a name? A band name? Rude? What's the band name?
Who for the show?
for you guys. What do you guys have a name?
The band
The
where I'm
band?
playing it.
Yeah.
Oh, it's called Nubis. It's called Clouds.
Oh, I thought it was called
Clouds?
Real Rude.
No, well, are you talking about the band that I'm playing in, or the band
Yeah,
for
the band you're playing.
for Journey Show?
No, the
No, what-
band that you joined as a keyboardist.
Oh,
What's the
that's
name?
called Nubis. It's called Clouds.
Okay. Nice.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, Clouds.
That's what's up, man. That's what's up. Anything else you want to promote before we go to Roscoe, CJ?
Yeah, I'll promote the FOC's not FOC show here on Circumstances Channel.
every Tuesday night, y'all. That's what's up. All right,
There-
Roscoe.
there's your clip.
Thanks for jumping on, CJ. I appreciate you, my
Think
guy.
you're
What's
being
up,
here
Roscoe?
for FOC? Guess what? We're talking about anything else.
We're talking about pronouns tonight, guys. Let's go.
Yeah.
Talking about the world and how it's ending. You know how.
This is the end.
My channel, Geek Out with Roscoe. Come check me out. I do a show on Mondays called Between the Lines, where me and TM Nerdy, who you saw come in and out of the stream about 7 times tonight, we do a show. We just had one last night, but you can catch me on there drawing stuff, kind of like this Johnny Bravo Terminator.
Nice.
Um,
Sick, bro. That's
maybe
sick.
maybe the icy polar bear as
That
Mr.
was a
Freeze.
good one. That was a great one.
Um,
I love
but
the
then-
one you sold to Trev. That was a really good one.
Oh yeah, Kermit Mahomes. And then
Yeah.
this one last night I did was My Pet Roscoe.
Very dope.
And then
And that's a fun show. They chat and they interview the artists while everybody draws. It's dumb. If you're watching from home, you can shoot in your own submission and they're going to show it on the show as well. So it's interactive, it's inclusive, it's fun. Definitely highly recommend it.
yeah, come by, ask questions if you want to know anything. A couple weeks ago we had like Kyle Strom from
Yeah.
Twig. We had Trish Forsner a couple weeks before that.
From Stray Dogs. Yep.
Yeah, from Stray Dogs. So I mean, like,
Stop flexing how popular you are, damn it.
no, I'm just letting people know that if you want to come to the chat, you can ask these artists questions. Because usually what we do is we put your questions before ours. Because we just want to know the show is just as much as yours as it is ours. Because it's a community show. We want you to be involved as well. That's why we love when people do the at-home editions and send artwork into us so we can show off and just so that we just like that you're interactive and watching the show and stuff. But yeah, check us out. Either me 8:35 p.m. Eastern Standard Time Mondays on either my channel or TM Nerdy, which it's actually next week is going to be TM Nerdy, and we're gonna have Shop for Comics on, man. So that's going to be
Nice. The shop verse.
the
Nice.
shop verse, man. Yeah. So yeah, that's going to be a lot of fun.
And that show alternates between TM Nerdy and Geek Out with Roscoe. So subscribe to both to make sure that you don't miss it. And highly recommend. I definitely try and make sure I'm there every Monday night after I do Comic Addicts with Scotty Vaughn when I am on with him.
Yes.
So.
And one more thing, look out for a fun short that I'm working on involving Pocan Joe.
Okay. You've
It's
got
gonna be-
my interest. That's the
Yes.
homie right there.
So
all right.
just,
Well, I thank
next
you,
couple days.
Roscoe. Thank you, Roscoe. Thank you, Rude. Thank you, Comic Journey. Thank you,
Marcus.
Kyle.
Appreciate you, brother.
Thank you, Travis, for coming in and out 20 times. Thank you for Damien for jumping on. Thank you to everybody in the chat that came through, man. It was lit.
Anything?
It was lit. I'm promoting FOC next Tuesday night. We may or may not talk about the FOC. If you guys jump on and distract me from that, we will never talk about it, and I am fine with it. Always appreciate it. So tune back in.
Anytime I'm around, I will make an absolute point to come and stop you from talking about FOC.
You are always welcome to do so. Tuesday nights at 8:30 Eastern or Central Time, 9:30 Eastern Time. I'm always going to be here, trying to be consistent. This was episode 6, so we'll be back for episode 7 next week. So, yeah, you go in live when you do this YouTube. When you do this YouTube thing, you don't know who's going to show up. You don't know if you're going to be talking to yourself the whole time. So it's always super dope to know that you guys came through and hung out with me. So thank you so much to the chat. Thank you so much to the panel. And I'll see y'all next week for FOC and chill, or as some people like to say, fuck and chill.